Welcome back to The Express at Richmond City Hall. The federal leadership race is heating up, and so is the grill at Burger Heaven in New Westminster. Their unofficial poll is underway, and hungry voters are getting their stomachs and their voices heard.
Well, it's election time again, and this is what democracy smells like. A juicy all-beef patty dressed to match your political palate.
So every year we have the unofficial burger poll. It kind of takes place to gauge the community's political leaning. So this year we have a burger for Harper, for Ignatieff, for Layton, May, Duceppe, and also for undecided.
The concept is simple. Each leader represents a burger. Ordering a burger constitutes a vote for the respective leader. The numbers are tallied, and the result reflects the will of the people, or at least fast food lovers. Here are the candidates.
The Harper burger has a conservative slice of cheese. It's on the right front burner. It's made with lean to the right grade A Alberta beef, Alberta cheddar, and is served with a conservative side of fries.
With 61 votes, it's in the lead. Bad news for the Ignatieff burger.
It includes a slice of American cheese with a liberal dollop of relishing to be the Prime Minister. This burger is lean grade A beef and is determined to get to the front burner in this heated election.
The Layton burger has jack cheese, the May burger, cottage country cheese, and the Duceppe, which comes with French dressing. To the voter fatigued, all these burgers look pretty much the same. The results, however, speak for themselves.
The favorite has definitely been the Harper burger.
Really? Even in this riding?
Yeah, it's traditionally an NDP riding, but Harper is leading the polls.
A small bite of reality? Maybe. At least it gets people here talking about politics at a time when there's little appetite for an election.
It's great. Doesn't matter whether it's municipal elections or federal, provincial. It's always fun.
Oh, it's been around forever. It's a good indication of who will win. Already Harper's ahead. He'll win. But Layton, no way in the world will he be that close.
I guess we'll have to wait until May 2nd to find out. Until then, customers here will continue to enjoy their democratic and culinary right to choose. I'm Tim Chung in New Westminster for The Express.
The unofficial burger poll has been happening since 1984. It was started by the original owner, Bill Murrell. Now you can keep track of the tallies online at burgerheaven.ca. So obviously we were having some fun in that story. But up next on The Express, it's time to get serious. Sometimes elders and senior citizens can be taken advantage of financially. Finding Home Vancouver tells us what to be aware of and shows us what can be done.
In Main Street's Heritage Hall, a multicultural group of seniors came together after completing a project about elder financial abuse.
I just want to welcome everyone to today's event.
Elder financial abuse is a really big problem, and often it manifests in really different ways in different communities. So for some communities that don't necessarily have a lot of assets, they are being taken advantage of in terms of their time and their resources. So they might be asked to babysit 24/7 or do housekeeping 24/7. Some of the Iranian seniors shared about how their adult children will pressure them to sell their homes in Iran so they can buy a home in Vancouver, but then they're not necessarily on the property title or have access to assets. Other issues of financial abuse are very commonly known, so scam artists, investment fraud, all those kinds of scams I think are highly reported. But what we really worked on was family financial abuse in ethno-cultural communities, where those stories are less known and less resources to find solutions.
So I'm delighted to introduce to you Mohinder.
Thank you very much, Jessie.
Mohinder Sidhu participated in the project and with her group created a skit which presented examples of elder financial abuse and ways to overcome it.
Everybody is after money, even grown-up children, they need money, so they are after money. So if the older people can manage their money and they know all the ways how to manage, then it is, I think, better and helpful. And this kind of information is helpful for every community that how they can manage their money.
Glennis McMillan was also a participant and has already given similar presentations to other seniors.
Everybody needs to feel needed, and seniors particularly. They need to have a sense that they're contributing to society. They don't stop contributing just because they get into their 70s and 80s, and it's an awfully good opportunity for us to go out and share some new knowledge and to show that we can learn new things too, really, and to break some of those stereotypes and some of that ageism which we all hate at our age.
With the participation of these senior citizens, the message about this important topic will continue to be shared. In Vancouver, I'm Kendall Harris for The Express.
To learn more about elder financial abuse and the dialogues put on by Finding Home Vancouver, you can contact us at Shaw TV, or you can contact Finding Home Vancouver directly at 778-990-0969. That's 778-990-0969. You're watching The Express, and we're going to take you behind the scenes of Hollywood North up next. After the break, the new film, Canadian Dream.
You learn so much through playing different characters.
Teen actor Sean Goodall. The Express. This is your local voice.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by
hairstyling and color services for Shaw TV, provided by The Lounge Hair Studio. LoungeHairStudio.com.
Welcome back to The Express at Richmond City Hall. How would you define the Canadian dream? Wonderful stories for many of us, and unfortunately for some, it's more like a nightmare. And that's the topic of a Surrey filmmaker's debut feature-length film.
I don't want him working with us.
After 2 years of planning, 35 days of shooting, and $80,000 spent, this Surrey filmmaker debuts his first feature-length film to a BC audience.
It is a really good feeling when people like it and they come to you and say, hey, it's a really good script and it's well directed, well produced and everything, they love it. But at the end, that says still it's a long way to go.
The film Canadian Dream starts off like many immigrant stories. A man moving to Canada for a better future. But then, when he loses his job, he turns to gang activity.
The last couple of years, I have seen there's, I think, almost 60 to 70 people have been killed in drug war.
When Manmord Sidhu immigrated from India 8 years ago, the rampant gang violence in Vancouver caught his attention, especially in the Indo-Canadian community.
That time I was just wondering, okay, why this thing's happening? There's a lot of other sources to get money, to make money.
So after graduating from Vancouver Film School a few years ago, he made this the focus of his movie.
So many people are thinking having a money, cool life, flashy life, it's good. And it's really good once you're live, and there's very short life for those kind of people. When you get in this business, it's cool, look cool. But when trying to get out of this business with the money, it's very hard to get out.
It was that message that inspired lead actor Vic Parmarm to get involved.
It was wonderful being a part of the film. I do believe that there's a social responsibility, especially in the Indian cinema.
He was so confident in the movie and in the director that he invested thousands of his own dollars to help fund the project.
What we're trying to do is for the next generation, hopefully something like this would impact the decisions they make in the future.
The trailer has been online for just a few weeks, and it's been getting a lot of views.
So far, we've been on YouTube, it's pretty good. And in 1 month, we have 12,000 people hitting on this.
While the film is based on someone else's life, it's really Manmord Sidhu's Canadian dream that is being played out. In Surrey, I'm Monica Martinez for The Express.
After its BC premiere, Manmord is taking his film Canadian Dream across Canada, and you can follow him online at canadianfilm.info. Now, from a local filmmaker following his dreams to a local actor doing the same. On today's youth-produced segment Gen Y, we meet teen actor Chung and learn about the role that changed his life.
We always talk about actors influencing our lives, but today local actor Chung tells us how actors' lives can be impacted by the roles they have played.
Yeah, kick your butt.
Acting is a huge part of my life. I think it's almost a self-empowering thing. I mean, you learn so much through playing different characters, and you have to really push yourself to become someone that you're not.
The Just Slow Down ad does do a powerful job in getting the message across that speed does kill.
Let's go. Move it.
The ad, it aired in Winnipeg. It's for the Winnipeg Police Department. It's a public service announcement. And in Canada, we have sort of a almost protected way of how we portray things such as speeding. I mean, it's usually just slow down, like don't speed, like just basic things like that. But what they wanted with this ad was to just lay it out on the table, say this is what happens if you speed. It just shows that one simple act can change the complete mood. I mean, we were happy talking about our lives, and then the next thing we're all dead.
Sean shared that his acting work with the driving ad has changed his driving habits.
This ad actually had a huge impact on my life. I mean, seeing yourself die is a pretty shocking thing, and whenever I'm going to, say, an audition or anything and I'm running late and I start speeding, I immediately think of how it would affect the people that I love the most, and also because the commercial is a two-sided thing, how it would affect the person in the other car.
Yes?
Ma'am, there's been an accident tonight and I need to speak.
It actually brought my mother to tears when she saw it. She was bawling her eyes out, and yeah, so it sort of set into reality what the effect on my family and friends would be if that would actually happen.
Gen Y is brought to you by Options, Surrey Community Services Society.
Gen Y is a Shot TV Access segment. The youth reporters are all volunteers. They get to learn a little bit about the world of broadcasting and explore their local community. And community is what we're all about, especially with today's Express Spotlight on local events. Enhance your theater experience in this hands-on class for adults, where you'll use a script as a launch pad to explore different elements of backstage theater production. The work of UFV's fashion design students will be showcased in this annual full-scale catwalk-style fashion show and final presentation. The Will Rogers Follies is a dazzling Broadway musical that takes an extravagant but warm retelling of the life of Will Rogers, the man who put a smile on the face of America. And that's it for today's Express from Richmond City Hall. We're going to leave you with a look at the local theater scene and Deep Cove Theater's Biloxi Blues, and we'll see you next time.
Does everyone understand that? Ho! What? Ho! I am strictly speaking, Connie, old army. And old army means discipline. Can you do push-ups, Private Connie?
Yes, Sergeant.
What is the highest total number of push-ups you have achieved in one session?
I'm not too big in the arms. 10, maybe 15.
Well, congratulations, Connie. You're about to break your old record because I want 100 push-ups from you, Connie, and I want them now. Am I understood?
100? I couldn't possibly do 100, Sergeant.
On the floor, dog face!
For 5 days.
Count on!
1, 2, 3.
Nobody eats,
4,
sleeps,
5,
drinks, or goes to the latrine until I hear 100.
7, 8. Oh, God.
9. You forgot 9, didn't you, boy?
I said it, Sergeant. I did it. I just didn't say it.
Well, say them all, Donnie boy. Let's start again from 1. Let me hear.
1, 2.